and be weightless, orbiting the world. It is an incredible experience. And to explore space has been something that's been inspiring us for all of history. The first of us that looked up at the stars and started naming the constellations. And it inspired our earliest really deep thinkers, right through to some of the incredibly accomplished thinkers that are here at Starmus. The concept of what it is that's out there. But it also inspired our artists to paint about it and to write about it and to sing about it. And in 1968, a really young British artist started imagining what it would be like. He was fascinated by space flight his whole life, and he just died very recently. But late in 1968, I was just talking to Rick here, and late in 1968, Mr. David Bowie wrote this song called Space Oddity, and he and Rick got in the studio in February of 1969, before we had even landed on the moon. And they recorded this tune. And amazingly enough, since that time, we not only have put a few steps on the moon, but we have started to leave Earth permanently. And right now, above our heads, there are other human beings who live off the planet. That dream of the eons is finally a reality. And floating weightless up on the space station is a guitar. It's permanently up there. And since it's Canada Day, I'll tell you it's a Canadian guitar. I was talking to Rick, that guitar's been around the world about 100,000 times. And my son, who's in the audience, sent me a note saying, "Hey Dad, when you're up there, you really got to record Oddity." And we put together a track, my son and I, first a vocal track, then the instrumentals, and then I floated around one day and made the video. We had to get Mr. Bowie's permission, of course, to do that. And when he heard the track, he really liked it, gave us a thumbs up to release our version of Space Oddity. And to be here at Starmus, to have a chance to sort of close that loop with someone who was in studio with David when they first made the recording of that tune, but also with all of the minds that have been challenged and inspired by the exploration of what's around us. But maybe most importantly to me is that after we released that version of the song, Bowie said he loved it, and he smiled and he sent congratulatory notes and he was in the last year, a couple of years of his life. He knew he was ill, and so for me, even though a lot of people maybe see space flight a little differently because of seeing what it's like to float and play music and interpret art on board a spaceship, to me the best part of it is the fact that by doing this song, I put a big happy smile on David Bowie's face in the last year of his life. To Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Lock your Soyuz hatch and put your helmet on. 10. Ground control 9 to Major 8. 7. Commencing countdown, engines on. Detach from station and may God's love be with you. This is ground control to Major Tom. castle if you dare. This is Major Tom to crowd control. I've known forevermore, and I'm floating in a most peculiar way, and the stars look very good today. For me and I sitting together. And before too